Everything appears to be in working order. Welcome everyone, and welcome to another adventure full of puzzles, but this time with quite the twist, obviously. Because let's just say that we're not meeting our dear Herschel Layton by himself this time around, for he's now with someone else. A fellow mystery solver, of which I am personally not too familiar with, but I am regardless very interested to know their story. This is Professor Layton versus Ace Attorney. Phoenix Wright. A crossover that's been on my radar ever since I started the Layton Marathon. To be perfectly honest, as I said, I am not entirely familiar with the Ace Attorney series, but this is a Layton game, or at least half a Layton game, so it would be quite interesting to see how both franchises blend together, obviously. And yes, as you can see, I am dressed up properly for the occasion with my own detective outfit. Hope is to your liking, and we will jump right in, for we know how these stories usually start. Real Brit versus fake American. Is that what Phoenix is? Huh. I guess this will be a learning experience for me then. John Puzzles versus Greg Law. I am pretty sure that those are not their names. The localizations try to make Phoenix American. That does sound pretty similar to what they do with Yokai Watch, honestly. Do you enjoy the new outfit? I am glad to hear. Allow me to give you a better view of everything. So you can see, equipped with everything required to solve puzzles, a little notebook, and my tool that I do not enjoy using, but sometimes it's required for the trickier of cases. Always on my hip. But without further ado, let's jump right in, shall we? Despite the fact that he deals with the most Japanese people possible, it is kinda strange how completely changed his nationality in the overseas versions. But anyway, let's do this, shall we? I truly wonder if this is gonna be more... Okay, this is definitely how Layton games begin, of course. Put in your name. You have to excuse me, Francia, for I do not know how to read that, but that, judging from the verses in the middle, I'm gonna assume that's simply the name of the game in Japanese. So, with who are we gonna start? It would be convenient to start with Layton to ease us into the more unfamiliar territory.
If anything happens to me, go and see this man. He should be able to help. Blasted witches.
This style is definitely different. I'm gonna assume this is more on the Phoenix Wright side of things.
No! That's impossible! Ah!
What a way to begin.
Go! Go without me! Quickly! Get going! Oh.
Okay, it's good to see some familiar faces. Chill me.
Well, what do we have here?
It's good to see some familiar faces for sure. Interacting with Wright will be interesting since Layton will be either A malformed cartoon character man, or B, somewhat realistic looking for once. That's gonna be interesting. Weasels are gonna be pissed that cars are in another tree.
What the blazes? How on earth did a vehicle end up on top of that tree? Blimey, this is going to be a tough nut to crack.
British people just canonically look fucked up in Finite's Wright world? Okay. Okay, I'm learning quite a lot of the Finite's Wright series right now, so that's interesting. I will have to... Do you people think those would be games that would be worth checking out for me? Because I do need some plans after I'm done officially with everything Layton related.
There is one man I know who could get to the bottom of this.
Huh. And who could that be? We all know.
Did you say witches, Professor?
That's right. People in the Middle Ages very much believed in their existence. That is the reason why they had witch trials.
They look the same as usual.
Witch trials?
Luke and Layton look the same as usual.
Did witches really exist in those days?
The more anime girl here does look a little bit out of place next to Luke and Layton.
Well, my boy, witch trials certainly existed, although nobody ever truly used magic. Witches were nothing more than superstition and legend.
Wow, look, it's really London. Come on, Nick, take a look.
His name is Nick.
I know you're excited, Maya, but can't a guy get a few last Z's in?
This is no time to be sleeping. You won't win in an English court of law with that attitude.
This trip is just an exchange visit courtesy of the Legal League of Attorneys. I won't be defending in court officially.
Aw, well that's no fun.
So his name is not actually Finite's Wright.
You know you're always at your best when working under pressure, but who can say how things would go over here?
I wish you wouldn't talk like that. You only jinx the whole thing.
These two are definitely not Luke and Layton, huh? Okay. Well, I am glad we
The
at
rain doesn't
least...
seem to want to stop.
Luke's 3D model looks as usual, but Layton looks a little bit almost like they tried to give him quote-unquote more realistic proportions, except for his head. Layton looks a little bit strange. He looked as usual in the cutscene, but here, his 3D model, it's... I am not sure. He looks... Okay.
It's a bit unusual. special for this time of year, don't you think?
I feel like it gives the impression that Layton's head was put in a model with more realistic proportions without really modifying anything else. It's quite uncanny, but I guess I'll get used to it.
I agree, Luke. But I believe it is easing off a little now, so it should clear up soon.
I hope it does clear up soon, especially the lightning.
Afraid of lightning, I take it?
Of course not. I'm not a little kid, you know. It's just that I hate how it flashes suddenly and takes me by surprise.
Then let's wait a while for it to settle. Look, I have just the thing to take your mind off of it. Take a look at the bookshelf. The bookshelf? What's on the bookshelf? You'll know when you find it. Do you recall our usual method of investigation? Of course I do. Oh, I expected as much. But just to be sure, let's have a refresher. Okay, it's the magnifying glass, just like in Miracle Mask and Astron Legacy, I see. I wonder if this is the game style that we'll have through the entirety of the game, or for the Phoenix Wright parts, we're gonna have something different. They had a lot of different concept art of how they might have done Layton or Wright in either styles. Honestly, I would have rather a middle ground between the two styles, or just do one or the other, instead of... I guess we'll see once we see the characters side by side, but those in that cutscene, the difference in styles between the characters looked pretty jarring. Hint coins are back too? Okay. Yeah. I feel like I'm playing Astron Legacy and Miracle Mask again. And even the sounds are the same. That is pretty familiar. It almost makes me feel nostalgic in a way. Now that I finished the entire main series, it feels strange to be back. It's almost like this series is over, and this is like an extra movie. Like an extra little adventure. Isn't this a picture book? Wow, I wouldn't have expected you to have a picture book, Professor. Well, wait a second. That's right, my boy. There's a puzzle hidden within that book. I should have known. You even have puzzles hidden in your books. Alright then, look. Why not see if you can solve this one? Naturally, after all, I am your apprentice. The first puzzle. It's always exciting. Puzzle number 1. Paths of Light. It's a bonus little treat indeed. Also, 2 digits, not 3. So this game definitely, since it has to balance Phoenix Wright parts and Professor Layton parts, it might have less puzzles than usual, I will imagine, because I'm only seeing 2 digits instead of the usual 3. A light witch and a dark witch are trying to fly back home to their castles. Each castle is colored to match each witch. Their way home is connected by colorful paths of light. Touching one of these paths will cause all of that color to disappear. Help the witches find the right path to their respective castles by removing unwanted paths. Okay, so simply touching them should do the trick. Okay, that's a cute animation. Yeah, in Astron Legacy and Miracle Mask, there was a lot of 3D puzzles that were a joy to solve. Definitely some of my favorites. That's why in the tier list that I posted in the Discord server not too long ago, my Astron Legacy and Miracle Mask ranked pretty high in my top tier list. Okay. From the looks of it, Judging from how they're going, I would say you can remove the green one. Judging from how they're going, you can remove the green ones and the blue ones. Could that be it? Yeah, that actually works at first glance. You know what? Let's give it a try. It is the first puzzle after all. We shouldn't overthink it too much. Perfect. So in the end,
This is my answer.
that's the one.
As you'd expect from a gentleman in training.
Marvelous. Good job. Well done, Luke. That was a piece of cake. I can solve harder puzzles than that. I'm pleased to hear that, Luke. It was a charming little puzzle, though, like straight out of a fairy tale. If only the witches of the Middle Ages were as jolly as the ones in this picture book. Yes, indeed. Well, it looks as if the rain is about to stop. Shall we prepare to go home? Okay, Professor. Now, where did I put my umbrella? Professor, I think we have a visitor. At this late hour? I can't say I've been expecting anybody. I'll go and see who it is. Here we go. This is the event that will kickstart the plot, it seems. What is that sound? Are you Mr. Herschel Layton? Yeah, I'm used to that sound for the dialogue boxes. So I'm gonna assume the other sound is for Phoenix Wright characters. That they even went to the trouble of having the Professor Layton character stuck in Professor Layton sound effects and Phoenix Wright character stuck in Phoenix Wright sound effects. I have been asked to give you a letter. Please, could you read this? This letter, it's from Carmine. Carmine? Who's Carmine? He was a student of mine a number of years ago, and if I recall correctly, he's now a detective. Wow, a detective? About Carmine. Yes? Well, I'm sorry. It appears there might be a matter of some considerable importance within this letter. Let's read it right away, Professor.
Dear Professor, it has been a long time. There is so much I would like to tell you, but at present I do not have the time. My life is in danger. I am being chased by something terrifying, and I am not sure whether I can escape. It all started in a town called Labyrinthia, a mysterious town, one that you will not find on any map. I found myself there during the course of an investigation. While I was there, a series of unbelievable events occurred right before my eyes. I realized the town held a mysterious secret and decided to get to the bottom of it. But before I could, they found me. I escaped from Labyrinthia with a young woman by the name of Espella. It was my belief that she held the key to solving the secret of that town.
It seems like despite the fact that we are in a crossover right now, The trend of starting a Professor Layton game with a letter from someone he knows, it's still intact.
It is not me they are pursuing, it is Espella. As such, I am asking you to help her.
I'm gonna be real with you. The little arrow to continue the dialogue in top of the freaking red little square thing, it looks like the YouTube logo. I hate that you're right.
Labyrinthia hides an ominous mystery. This is one puzzle that appears to be beyond my powers to solve. I apologize for imposing on you in this way. Your faithful student, Carmine Accidenti.
Letter from Carmine added to items. Is this a Phoenix Wright character, or is this an original character for this game? Well, I never... Professor! Am I right in assuming that you are the Espella to whom Carmine is referring? Yes. Yes, I am. Tell me, what on earth happened? I'm afraid I'm not entirely sure. It seemed as if we were being chased relentlessly. They caught up with us and we were attacked. As a result, Carmine was injured. I see. I'm sorry to hear that. He barely did his best to ensure that he escaped safely. I beg you, please help him. Please help that brave man. You mustn't worry about him, Espella. Knowing Carmine as I do, I'm sure he'll be alright. But ever since I've known him, he's always been in some difficult situation or other, and he's never failed to win through. More importantly, at the moment, I am frankly more concerned with your safety, Espella. You're concerned about me? According to this letter, the one they're after is you. Are you certain that you're alright? You weren't injured at all? Me? No, I'm fine, really. I think you better take a rest, even if it's just for a little while. Your clothes are all wet too. I'll go and find you a dry towel. Thank you. You're really too kind. It's no trouble at all. As soon as you're more comfortable, we can sit down and talk. Professor, if what was written in the letter is true, yes indeed, it means this young lady is in real danger. And it also means that her pursuers might even come to this office in search of her. I'll go lock the door. Yes, that sounds like a good idea. At any rate, we'll need to talk to Espella and find out what this is really all about. And we have a total of 10 mysteries to solve. Okay, more than the usual 8, less than Astran Legacy's 12. First of all, allow me to reduce a little bit the music volume, for it's overpowering everything else. I like that we maintain the LAYTON sound effects. I wonder if that will change once we get to Phoenix. I'm sorry to have put you both on all this trouble. Please, think nothing of it. Although, if it's alright with you, I'd like to hear a little bit more about what happened. We won't be able to protect you without a clear understanding of the circumstances. Protect me? It is my belief that you are in quite a considerable danger, and it is the duty of every gentleman to help a lady in trouble. I sincerely thank you. Now, it will be certainly appear that you are being pursued. However, Carmine's letter referred to you as I refer to your pursuers as they. Could you tell me who they might be? They are witches. Wait. Did you say witches? Yes, witches. And they are truly terrifying. Carmen did his best to protect me from them, but in the end, he was unable to escape. They caught up with us. If they realize I'm here, then you too may also end up in danger. Perhaps it would have been better if I hadn't come here. Quick question for the audience. Is the Phoenix Wright series usually known to have fantasy elements? Because Professor Layton does have a few, but in the end it's usually more... There's an actual explanation for what's going on. So I don't know if I am... Perhaps a little bit more paranoid if this is more out of place when it comes to Layton or more out of place when it comes to Phoenix Wright. Okay. Literal ghost and magic exist in Phoenix Wright. Okay. So the themes are not as freaking out of place as the character models here, huh? They are a little bit on the jarring side, but nothing much we can do about that, huh? Spella? Yes? You mustn't worry yourself. Everything's going to be alright. Really? You have my word. We'll be on our guard. That's right. Nothing to worry about. The place is tightly locked up. Maya is a spirit medium after all. Who's Maya again? Also, welcome to the stream, CJ. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Spella, I'd like to acquire a little bit more if I may. Hey, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the stream, and I hope you're having a fantastic day, my friend. We started not too long ago, so I wouldn't say you missed much. Phoenix Assistant, the purple lady in the plane. Okay. Yes, of course. The town you came from is called Labyrinthia, isn't it? Yes, that's right. Espella? What's the matter? Well, we're in Labyrinthia now, aren't we? Huh? No, we're in London, in England. Sverry told me to follow you. Well, thank you very much, Sverry. A friend of Sverry is a friend of mine. London? England? I'm sorry, but I don't understand. What? No way, you mean to say you've never heard of England? Well, it's just that I've never come across a place by the name by that name in Labyrinthia. Spella, are you sure you're feeling alright? No, look, I believe Spella really doesn't know. Spella, about this town of Labyrinthia, I'm afraid we've never heard of it either. If I may ask, where exactly is Labyrinthia? It's what?
Anything you could want to know about Labyrinthia can be found in this book.
Anything?
It's an amazing design. I've never seen a book quite like it.
Espella, would you mind if we had a closer look?
Of course.
I must be seeing things. It was as if the words were moving on the page.
No, Luke. It looked the same to me, too.
Look, there's a picture of the town in here. So this is Labyrinthia, is it?
Yes, that's Labyrinthia.
How intriguing. The buildings are look really old, don't they, Professor? Real magic? Well, it wouldn't be the weirdest thing we've ever encountered in the LAYTON series, wouldn't it be? This is my hometown. Then this must also be where the witches pursuing you are from, is that right? That's right. Now I have to pry myself away from my stream. Hopefully your stream goes well. I want to stay and watch. I'm invested in this. It's up to you, Sverry. Your decisions are yours to make, after all. I feel like that's been in every game, though. No, look, it's not magic. There must be an explanation, etc., etc. That also happens. I guess it's the closest thing to magic would be Astran technology. Definitely everything related to the Astran is basically fantasy science. I think Sverry should cancel stream and just hang. Well, again, it's Sverry's decision to make. You are more than welcome to stay with us, Sverry. It seems somewhat valuable. This book is the Historia Labyrinthia. As I just said a moment ago, everything about Labyrinthia is written in this book. Everything, the entire story. Labyrinthia's story? If it contains absolutely everything, then it must also include something about witches. Yes, it does. All about the witches, the events in the town, and the people living there. Everything that has happened in the town is written in this book. And not only that, but also everything that is going to happen. Huh? What did you just say? What? Okay, we have the book in our items now. And that is gonna be, yes, the second one of our mysteries here. The town of Labyrinthia, portrayed within the book entitled The Historia Labyrinthia, is an old town the likes of which the Professor and Luke have never seen before. Except for Fonsens, and Montedor, and any of the 6 towns we've seen in Astral Legacy. And even Miss Hallory to some degree.
Professor, this certainly is very strange.
Hey, look, is that the script? Honestly, if it knows everything that's gonna happen, probably.
First that letter from Carmina, and now this book. If you ask me, Espella doesn't seem to be lying. But witches chasing after people, it's all a little hard to believe.
It's certainly hard to believe, but I do find it fascinating.
To me, this reminds me of a puzzle.
Poor
To
thing.
you.
Do you want to come in from the rain? Don't open it! Huh? Huh?
That doesn't seem right. Nah, man, fuck pigeons.
Wait!
Professor, what was that?
That, Luke, was a witch.
Professor, Espella's been...
welcome to the stream, Bell. Glad to see you. Never trust a bird. That was probably expected considering they have magic powers. Evil bird in real ass demon. We are dealing with creatures seemingly beyond our comprehension, at least for now, until Layton reveals that it's all a hoax. Sorry, Layton, you've been downgraded to just a guide. There's fucking magic now. We will see about that. Layton has faced many things before, even death itself. Cheating us, which, well, they do not play by the rules if they have magic. Biblically accurate witch. Well, I haven't seen too many witches before, but I do enjoy those designs.
Yes, that was careless of us. But to think they might enter by such means. And after I'd promised to protect her.
Do you think that was one of those witches that Espella was talking about?
Is it bad that I think that now that girl is gone, the game looks a little bit more cohesive? You're just gonna drag on the clashing art styles all stream, aren't you? I'm just saying, it looks like a freaking VTuber collab.
I can't say for sure, but it certainly looked that way.
Then what we just saw, was that magic?
I don't know. But something bizarre did indeed take place before our very eyes. Luke, I'm going to go and search for Espella. While I'm gone, I'd like you to...
Professor, I'm going too! Even if you disagree, I'm coming along. After all, I am your apprentice.
Okay, Luke, then let's go.
If this had to be in the Layton timeline, probably I'm pretty certain this is non-canon completely. Or maybe it is, I'm still not sure. But if I have to put this in the timeline, considering the lack of Emmy, I would say this is probably before Unwound Future. Still tutorials. Okay. Same menus as usual. Very familiar. The witch broke into Professor Layton's study, snatched up Espella, and escaped into the night. Could this mysterious power she wields truly be witchcraft? Now, I believe we're all set to go. They seem to be headed towards the Thames. Let's follow them and rescue Espella. Right you are, Professor. Definitely starting off with crazy right away. Well, to be fair, Astra Legacy did start with airship chase. We lost the professor. They got away. Yes, it would appear so. However, we can be quite certain that they came this way. There might be someone who saw the witches carrying Espella. Right, let's start asking people. Hey, look over there. Isn't that... Tell me. Ugh, this one's really got me stumped. I agree, sir. A total mystery. Constable Barton, I don't want agreement. I want answers. Yes, sir. Understood, sir. I missed Barton and Chalmey. I'll be perfectly honest. They barely appear in the prequels, so it's nice to see them here. They appear to be having a heated discussion about something. Perhaps it might even have something to do with the witches we're pursuing. Let's see what they have to say, Luke. Good thinking, Professor. So, they did say hint coins are a thing here, so... What a lovely square. The police officer should look out of place, though. Oh. You start with 30? Why do they start you off with 30 hint coins? Huh? Okay. Maybe it's for the finite try people who are not used to the puzzle solving gameplay? Yeah, that would make sense. Hey, you there! This area is off limits. Only Scotland Yard personnel allowed here. Wait, hang on. Oh, it's you, Layton. What are you two doing here? It's been a while, Inspector Chelmy. Has there been some kind of incident? Well, more of an accident than an incident. Over there, a motor vehicle has been heavily damaged. A heavily damaged vehicle, you say? That sounds rather serious. But I doubt a Scotland Yard inspector would be involved in something as mundane as a simple traffic incident. Is there something perhaps unusual about this particular incident? As always, you're quick to pick up on the finer points. I should say there's something unusual. In fact, I've never seen nor heard of an accident as unusual as this one. Barton, would you leave the talking to me? Yes, sir. Of course, sir. An unusual accident? Unusual in what way precisely? Don't go concerning yourself with it. It is the job of the police to solve this case. You never know, Inspector. I might just be able to help you solve it. What are you saying? Even I don't have all the facts yet. Clues just aren't that easy to come by, you know. Yes, we got nothing so far, in fact. I'm sure we could use some help in hand. Oi, Barton! I thought I told you I'll do the talking. Yes, sir. Understood, sir. Their dynamic is so entertaining. It makes me wish that game where Chelmy is the main character wasn't Lost Media. Just a moment. I got it. Hey, Layton. What is it, Inspector? Well, that is to say, if you're keen on getting involved, why not go and take a look for yourself? That was a sudden change of heart. It was, Luke. But a welcome one, wouldn't you say? Very well, Inspector. I would take a look. The vehicle is just up ahead there, is it? Yes, it is. It's in the park just over there. If you know what I mean. The park is fairly big, so it's quite easy to lose your way. I suppose I'll have to explain, but listen up, I'm only saying this once. Is this the move shoe icon is back? I am so used to the map that I almost forgot it ever existed. Oh wait, the map is there. Okay, so it's just to change between moving and searching. Okay. It's just been a while we've seen the shoe icon. Simple enough, it's just a movement tutorial. But don't forget, if you find anything, be sure to come and let me know. We'll be waiting to hear from you. Professor, I think the unusual accident they're talking about, indeed, it could well have something to do with our own investigation. Let's go and take a look at the scene of the accident, Look. We may find some clues. Right you are, Professor. When I hear back from them, I might just be able to make something of this case. With the backlog of cases I got piled up, I had to take hell break and get it. It is indeed back. Hey ho, recently there seems to be no end to unusual cases. Did something else happen recently? What's this, boy? Haven't you been reading the papers? There's been an incident that all of London's talking about. I'm a boy, I'm Luke. I now read the newspaper later. Well, it has nothing to do with this accident, I suppose. At any rate, the whole of Scotland Yard is busy with it at the moment. Normally, I wouldn't be getting involved in something like this. It seems the inspectors are somewhat busy with other cases. I guess we'll have to search for Isabella alone. What about Barton? Oh. Barton has a puzzle for us. Okay. This is serious. Yes, it is. It seems serious, Constable Barton. I feel sorry for the victims. Bits and pieces all over the place. But what? The hamburger I bought for my lunch. It's all in pieces. A complete mess. Priorities, huh? This is serious. Absolute priorities, huh? Nah, honestly, I get it. Oh, I get it. You were talking about your hamburger. I've been trying to draw it up in my notepad, but I can't seem to get it right. Because of this, I just can't seem to concentrate on the case. That is serious. Leave it to me. I'll soon have it sorted out for you. The perfect hamburger outline. Puzzle number 2. Those are big ingredients who would definitely build quite the burger. The investigation into the night's mysterious events have come to a screeching halt. Constable Barton's favorite meal, the Scotland Yard burger, is in shambles and he will not report back until he has had his meal. How Barton put his precious burger back together. Don't forget to get the ketchup on the burger just right. Okay. Can we rotate them? We can't. So I'm gonna assume the ketchup is gonna be pretty much a dead giveaway of where these are supposed to go. And pretty much we just follow the corners to where they're supposed to go. So as you can see, the ketchup in here goes like this. I'm gonna assume that it's gonna continue to do a line like that. So if we want to continue with that, yeah, something like that would definitely work. Is that part? Is this part right here on top of the tomatoes part of the ketchup as well? Oh, these two are connected. Okay. Okay, that makes it extremely simple where this goes. Okay. As for this one... Oh, that... Okay. It's little tip of the ketchup pattern there, and finally... Final answer. And there you... Oh, it looks like him.
See what you think of this.
That's the one. Marvelous.
Professor, I did it!
Perfect. The hamburger's back in one piece. Now you can give you all of the investigations. Yes, at last I can concentrate, not on the hamburger, but on the case. You can tell by his face that he's still chewing on the burger. Take care not to upset the inspector. Anyway, I guess we'll go to the next location. Professor, look over there. There's a car up in that tree. This certainly is out of the ordinary. Never seen anything quite like it. Like Constable Barton says, it seems extremely unusual. I mean, how on earth could something like this happen? We'll need to investigate this closely. Let's take a closer look at the car. Seems like there are some people who want to investigate too. Hint coin? Hint coin? The car tracks perhaps? The heavy rain has made the ground very slippery. Okay, that's 35. Anything else? Onlookers have started gathering at the scene. Thank you very much for the water redeem. It is much appreciated. The more I see it, the stranger this looks. It's as if the car just flew up there. It's certainly taken some damage. Do you think could the witches have done this? It certainly is possible. It would appear the accident occurred only moments ago. Wait. What's the mark on the car? Excuse me, gentlemen. Yes, you two. Will you just stop right there? I'm afraid I'll have to ask you to leave. This is the scene of an accident, and we haven't finished investigating it yet. As you can no doubt see, it's all rather mysterious. We don't yet know the exact cause of this here mishap. Not a safe place for spectators, I'm afraid. I'll have to ask you both to move along. We're not spectators. We've been given permission from Inspector Chelmy. From the inspector, you say? So you're here officially then, are you? In what capacity, may I ask? Well, not officially as much. The name's Herschel Layton. I'm an archaeologist. You're pulling my leg. You mean to tell me that you're the famous Professor Layton? Now that you mentioned it, you certainly do resemble the good professor. Are we gonna have to do the usual puzzle to identify ourselves? It seems to be the case. Of course he does. He is the professor. So, Constable, if you don't mind, might we investigate a little closer? I've been put in charge here, so I can't afford to be wrong about this. For all I know, you might just be impersonating Professor Layton. What? Oh, come on. If you're the real Professor Layton, then I'm sure you have no trouble solving this little puzzle that I just happen to have here. Sounds interesting. Let's see what you have. Okay. Let's take a look at this. A puzzle featuring small Layton. Adorable. The local police force is assisting a museum to increase its security. The guard's torches allow them to spot anything up to 3 squares away. Do your best to not be seen and slickly make your way out of the room. Okay, seems simple enough. We've done quite a few like this. And they're probably gonna move as soon as I move. Okay. The one on the right, where is he gonna go? Okay. Can we avoid him by going up? Their patterns are kinda weird, I'll say. That one on the right is a little tricky. What if we go down by 1 space? Okay, that will help us avoid him. Oh, no, this one is giving us a little bit of trouble. Oh, unless he turns around and he just lets us go down to the exit.
Let's see if
And
I
just
prove
like
myself.
that. Marvelous.
Ah, the joy of solving puzzles.
That's it, you solved it. Judging by the way you solved that puzzle, there is no doubt that you must be the one and only Professor Layton. Of course, from the very start I had a fairly good idea that it was you, Professor. From the very start you seem to have doubts, Constable. Well, anyway, feel free to investigate as you wish. But there is one last thing. Yes? Later, when you got a free moment, would you mind signing my helmet? Are you sure that's allowed? Come on, look, let's take a look around before the constable changes his mind. So, a very big fan of the professor, it seems. Tell me, Luke, did you notice anything strange when we looked at the car? Anything strange? Well, to be honest, the entire accident is pretty unusual. Well, yes, but if we're to suppose this accident occurred naturally, then there is one particular mark that should not be there. A mark that shouldn't be there? Ah! Professor, the handprint! There's a handprint on the bonnet! Well spotted, Luke. But a handprint of that size is too big to be left by any normal person. Indeed, it would almost appear to have been left by the hand of a giant. That's a bit far-fetched. Look, let's look around a little bit more. Isn't there anything in this park that grabs your attention? But Professor, from here I can't see anything strange other than that car. In situations like this, we need to zoom in, look. Zoom in? Oh, it's the function Aldous taught us in every single one of the prequels. It's kinda sad that he's not here to teach us about it again. Okay, Professor, I'll zoom in right now. When the magnifying glass turns blue, just touch the area, right? That's right, Luke. Give it a try. Oh, there we go. Hey, the statue's hand. It's about the same size as the handprint on the car. Do you think the car hit that hand when it crashed? That is a possibility, of course. However, the handprint on the car is the right handprint, look. Right hand? But the statue is holding a spear in its right hand, which means that couldn't be where the handprint came from. This is definitely looking like it's gonna be a Phoenix Wright game. I don't know how to feel about that because of my inexperience with that series, but we'll see how things, well, proceed. Quite right, my boy. And it would certainly appear that this is more than a simple traffic accident. I wonder what could have happened. If the handprint was made by the statue, surely the statue couldn't have moved. I'm positive there is some kind of secret behind this, and whatever it might be, we can be certain it's related to the witch that took Espella. I think so too, Professor. How else could this kind of accident have occurred? If we investigate more closely, perhaps we'll find some clues. No, look. First, we should head back to see the inspector. Really? But all he seems to say is how unusual it seems. Well, yes. However, there is one more subject about which I'd like to ask him. Oh? What is that? Not what, my boy, but rather who. Who was in the car when it crashed? Oh. Well, I guess we're going back to the inspector now. Wait a second. It tells you the amount of hint coins missing in every area? That is so convenient. I'm amazed it hasn't been the case in other areas before, in other Professor Layton games. So, what do you think? It's no simple accident, is it? I'll bet this one's even surprised the great Professor Layton, hasn't it? Without a doubt, this is no ordinary accident. May I ask how the driver was? He wasn't seriously hurt. He's a real jammy dodger, that one. In fact, we're about to take him into custody for questioning. Strictly private, I'm afraid. Inspector Chelmley, there is something I would like to know. What's that then? The driver's name. Was it by any chance Carmen Accidenti? Wonder if it was brought up during the call-up. That is possible. Huh? How the devil? Where did you get that information? Well, you could just say a little bird told me. He's something of an unlucky yet lucky type, always getting himself into trouble only to miraculously escape unharmed. An acquaintance of yours, is he? He attended my lectures a few years back, an outstanding student. Is that so? Well, perhaps you should have lectured him on how to stay out of trouble. We had a war around him for quite some time. He's a bit of a maverick, that detective. Always sniffing out dangerous situations and poking his nose into trouble. Unlucky is in the half of it. I tell you, I was surprised to find him involved in this ruckus. Professor, that means this must be the incident in which Carmen was attacked. Yes, it would seem so. What's this? Know something I don't, do you? No. Nothing at all, Inspector. I was hoping you might just come up with something I could use. Never mind. Now I got that detective, I might be able to wring something from him. I'd really like to know how such an incident occurred. Inspector, just one other question. Is there any evidence to suggest that Carmen was not alone in the car? What's that? Someone else in the car? No, there's nothing to suggest that. Is that so? Well, was there anything else unusual about the accident that you haven't mentioned? Anything unusual? No, not as far as I'm aware. Wait a minute, we did see those strange people in Halloween costumes. Wait, Barton! Like I said before, I'll do the talking. Yes, Inspector. Sorry, Inspector. These people in Halloween costumes. Could you tell me anything about them? You're certainly persistent, Layton. To be honest with you, I don't think they had anything to do with it. We saw a group of them loitering around Tower Bridge. I decided to question them, but when I took my eyes off of them for a second, they just disappeared. I wonder what in the blazes they were up to when they were undressed like that. When precisely was this? Just moments ago, about the same time you went to the park. Halloween costumes? Professor, could it be? I see what you mean. It seems we might have a lead. Thank you for your help, Inspector. Now hold on, just what's this all about? I guess we didn't tell him. Well, we seem to have come to the right place, alright? Yes, it would appear the witches attacked Spella and Carmen in the park, before coming after Spella and abducting her from my office. Following that, they must have made their way from there to the Tower Bridge. We might still catch up with them if we hurry. Let's go! Our fourth mystery. The professor's former student, Carmen Accidenti, who gave Spella a letter for the professor, was involved in a car crash while they were being pursued by witches. What was he investigating in Labyrinthia? Guess we're about to find out exactly that. It even tells you the amount of hidden puzzles that are in the area. There's no one here. This is puzzling. I don't expect to see more people here at this time. It must be the bad weather. I guess no one wants to go out in this. That could be it. Although, I'm also sensing something of a peculiar presence in the air. Huh? Whoa! That just made me jump. Look, over there. That is quite creepy, to say the least. Yikes! What was that? I bet it was one of them, Professor. Let's follow it. Just a moment, look. There is something we should review before we go running off. The method of entering the building is a little more different than a regular movement. Sometimes when moving the magnifying glass around investigation mode, the cursor will change into a yellow arrow. Okay. So that's how we move places. Okay. That's it, my boy. Try not to forget. Alright then, let's make haste. Anything around here, though? Hint coin? Nothing in the other one. That's a location. Let's chase after the shadow on the tower bridge, Professor. Look, we must follow. Okay. Anything else here? Another hint coin. Okay. Let's have one. Yes. Okay. We're all hint coins collected. We can continue. What the? That thing just disappeared into thin air. Well, I certainly don't feel the same presence I did just a moment ago. Hey, Professor, what's that? Wait, isn't that... Professor, it's Spella's cloak. Yes, it certainly looks like the cloak she was wearing. Spella, where could she have gone? Look, take a look at that. On the wall there, next to the cloak. Huh? Hey, there's some kind of mysterious pattern engraved there. Oh yeah, Maggie did that joke. Did that joke before because yes, it does look like the YouTube logo. It's the button to advance the dialogue, but it does look like the YouTube logo, strangely enough. No, don't worry, you are original. For you might be the most special sheep I know. Guess we're investigating this engraving here at the wall. What do you think this pattern is all about? Well, I can't say it's a pattern I've seen before. I wonder what a mark like this could be doing here. Wait a sec, that figure disappeared right around here, didn't it? That's right. Not to mention Spella's cloak is lying right here in front of this wall. Without a doubt, there must be some kind of clue here as to Spella's whereabouts. Let's check it out. Wait, can you hear something? Professor? Oh. Okay. Walled in. The sudden shifting has dislodged a number of bricks from the wall. Drag the blocks along the wall and arrange them so that the design on the wall is properly displayed. Okay. Okay. Is this a sliding puzzle? Okay, there's definitely ones that... Okay. So you just put them in their place? Simple as that? The controls for this section are a little strange, but we can make it work. That's not where I wanted to go. Now, that's where it goes. As for the other ones, they start to become quite clear where they go. You can move the cursor freely up until you grab one of the pieces. And then you have to slowly drag them across the board. Okay. Okay. Almost done here. I will say I like this puzzle solving music. It sounds different than usual. Just like that.
Allow me to show you my puzzle-solving skills.
It's done.
Ah, the joy of solving puzzles.
Marvelous.
Look, Professor! The wall!
Huh, what's this now?
Ouch, ouch, ouch!
Luke! Are you all right, Luke?
Yes.
Huh? Huh? What is this place?
What's a place like this doing behind the wall?
It appears to have been here for some time.
I wonder who could have made this place and why. It's so dark. I can barely see. Hespella! Professor, we've got to search for Hespella.
Indeed, she could be here somewhere. Although...
So, could that witch?
Precisely. We should proceed with caution.
Okay.
Oh. Is that her right there? Just a hint coin. Ah, Professor, over there. What's this? Quickly, let's get her to her on her feet. Puzzle 5. Also, you'll notice, I mentioned this before when we started the game, but 2 digits instead of 3. So my theory was that this game was gonna have less puzzles because it's divided between Phoenix Wright and LAYTON, of course. Spella's hands have been tightly tied behind her back. Quickly, untie her. Which rope, A or V, will not result in the knot when both ends of the rope are pulled at the same time? So it's A or B. Okay. Is it B? Because that one would be it would be impossible to form a knot with that configuration right there. I'm gonna say it's B.
I've already seen the answer.
That's the one.
You should expect no less from a gentleman.
Marvelous. Layton's voice sounds a little strange. Espella, are you alright? Mr. Layton, it's really you. Mr. Layton, you really did come here and rescue me. Of course, as I've said it, it is the duty of every gentleman to save a lady in trouble. Thank you, Mr. Layton. It's my duty too as an apprentice gentleman. Oh, Professor, I think they're coming back. I don't sense any immediate danger, but be sure to stay on your guard, Luke. Right, now let's hurry up and leave this place. There's no escaping them. Huh? Carmine tried many times to lead me away from the witches, but as you have seen, we were unable to escape them for long. Uh-oh. What should we do, Professor? It's the mysterious figure that we saw before.
That figure from before.
Professor, I can hear something. It's coming from the end of the corridor.
Just as I thought. Mr. Layton, if we stay here, they'll find us.
This is bad, Professor. They're getting closer and closer.
Please, at least, save yourselves.
Don't worry, there may be a way out of this. I have an idea. Please, leave this to me.
All right.
There's not much time, so listen carefully.
Professor, they're nearly here, and there are lots of them. Okay, we should be all set. Let's get going, Luke. What was your plan, Layton?
Hand over the girl!
Nice trick. It was Luke in disguise.
Mr. Layton.
So you enjoy playing silly little tricks?
Says the magic user.
Well, it seems you underestimated us.
You didn't think we'd just give ourselves up, did you?
So tell me, just who are you, witches? And why are you so determined to capture Espella?
Fools. It's yourselves you should be more concerned about. Do you have any idea of what it means to involve yourself with that girl? It would seem not.
What do you mean?
The pair of you have unknowingly walked right into the middle of the story.
The middle of the story?
You will soon see what I mean.
It's probably what the book says about the future.
With your very own eyes.
Professor! She just disappeared!
I wonder what she could have meant by that.
I don't know, but I have a bad feeling about all of this. Do you think she's just trying to scare us because she lost?
At any rate, we should try to reach Espella. I know where that ship was heading. Let's head to the port and meet Espella when she arrives.
Right, and then we can give her back this book. Huh? Professor! The book! It's...
What's happening? Yeah, it was the book. That's what the witches meant.
Isn't this us, Professor?
Surely not.
I'm gonna assume Espella is just perhaps a character from this story. And the story is coming to life, basically. Meta as video game, okay. Yeah. That was a short chapter 1. What is...
Who's there? Is somebody there?
Could this be similar to that one
It's probably nothing, but
Ben Stiller movie, A Night at the Museum, where paintings and works of art come to life?
hey, what are you doing? Oh!
Prologue, English Turnabout. Okay, I guess we are now on the other side of the story. Praying so this won't be completely alienating, but we'll see. Come on, Nick. It's just like I said. Oh, Maya. What do you mean? You're such a worrywart. I knew you'd get all jittery before the trial. It's not like that, it's just I didn't expect to have to stand in the foreign court. Yeah, we don't know much about the court system here. The legal League of Attorneys would like this to be an exemplary case. So that'll make you an exemplary attorney. I hope you don't infect any British lawyers with your nervous attitude. You're making it sound like I'm a virus or something. My name is Phoenix Wright. I'm a defense attorney. And this is Maya Fey, my, assistant of sorts. Of sorts? Okay, their dynamic is definitely gonna be much more comical and more slapsticky than Layton and Luke's is, definitely. Am I right? I guess. I should explain why she's dressed up like that. But it's a long story and we don't have the time. We come to England on the Legal League of Attorneys exchange. I'm acting as a representative of the American Legal League. You know, they probably sent you because you don't ever seem to be busy. We weren't supposed to stand in court, so we thought it'd be like a vacation. Okay. Hopefully it doesn't get too annoying. But here we are. As usual, we've been dragged into a strange case. Hey Nick, so what do you suppose this trial is all about? What if it was this? Look, check it out, today's newspaper. Seeing Chelmy here is just jarring. Illicit Jew thieves at large in London, Scotland Yard on red alert. Wouldn't that be cool? Maya, don't get your hopes up. We're here on an exchange. It should be a simple textbook trial. It's her, Francisca's GF. Who's that? Is that another character in the game? It's very normal start for a Phoenix Wright game. Nick's just waking up in the waiting room like oh fuck, I have a job. Okay. London's a big city. What are the odds of us getting a case like that? Well, that's boring.
Sorry to have kept you waiting.
Voice acting?
How do you do? I am Miss Darklaw, teacher at the Alcott School for Young Women. Espella, this man is your defense lawyer. Pleased to meet you.
Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. Pleased to meet you. I'm Phoenix Wright, your attorney. Pleased to meet you. What's with this girl? Can she hear me? Is this girl the defendant? The defendant in today's case? In today's case? I can be the resident Phoenix Wright nerd. Well, in that case, I guess I'll be the Layton quote-unquote nerd. That is correct. She's the pupil I'd like you to represent. She's pleading guilty, so there's not much you need to do. Pleading guilty? I suggest you accept the punishment proposed by the prosecution. What? What kind of request is that? Espella? What are you accused of? Have you not received the case materials? No, we haven't. We weren't told anything. My. Forgive me for this oversight. Here, this is the case file. Attorney, defendant. The court hearing will begin now. Please proceed to the courtroom. Well then, I entrust Espella to you. That's... Wait, what? No way! I didn't even have the time to look through the case file. Espella, please be a good girl and don't cause any more trouble. Did she just mumble something?
I'm not a witch.
Espella? What did you just say? Surely British court can be as crazy as Japan America court. I am gay. Chop defense. Let's not keep everyone waiting. And so, another trial begins. And as always, I got no idea what's going to happen.
All right, let's do it, Nick.
court is now in session for the trial of Espella Cantabella.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
So if I wasn't helping Ta with Titanius 3 this Monday, I would say, do you want to do this? And I could co-host. Honestly, I would be delighted to co-host this with you. You just tell me what days you are free, and we could totally do this together. I have a detective outfit. Perhaps you could have an attorney outfit. So we can, you know, in a way, as they say, represent.
How about the defense? Are you ready?
This is actually, if I remember right, where a lot of Phoenix Wright songs got their first orchestrated renditions in game. It was pitched in early development to do chiptune versions as the Professor Layton soundtrack to match, but they instead went all in on the orchestrating everything. We'll definitely see. It's definitely a good idea. If I find out that I end up, as they say, vibing with this kind of gameplay, we could definitely put something together. It's gonna depend on how this game goes.
Yes. Well, I guess you could call it ready, Your Honor.
Also, you mentioned voice acting like it's something rare for Phoenix Wright. Is that the case? What do you? In that case, I would be curious to ask you, what do you think of the voices then, as people who are more familiar with these characters than I am?
I hear it's your first appearance in a British court.
Well, yes, that's right.
The Legal League of Attorneys Exchange, was it? Sounds like fun.
Actually, I don't know how many Phoenix Wright games even have voice acting. I've only played the first 4. Okay. Phoenix's voices feel spot on. Flinch over here is about to send riddles to the Batman. Well, I guess this will be a first for everyone here.
Hope you're enjoying the sights. You can take it easy today. Don't worry, Prosecutor Flinch will take care of everything.
He's treating us like amateurs, Nick.
Oh boy, this looks bad. Can I really defend this girl?
I'm gonna take advantage and enjoy the fact that there's voice acting to take a sip of water. I'm biased for Sam Riegel's Phoenix because of Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but this Phoenix is good. Okay. But a British man doing an American accent. Okay, I enjoyed it while it lasted. Oh, I see. Well, since this is your first case here, I will ask you a few simple questions to make sure we're all on the same page. Oh, yes, that's fine by me. Dang. Time to sink or swim. Answer my questions then, Mr. Wright. What is the name of the defendant? Spella? That would be Espella Cantabella, Your Honor. That is correct. Phew! That's the first hurdle. I see you're terribly proud of yourself for answering that basic question. Let's move on to the next question. What is the nature of the offense? What crime is Espella accused of? You know, Espella seemed like such a timid girl. You think it's something minor like shoplifting? Maybe. I wouldn't call it minor though. It can't be anything major like that. Like that large-scale jewel theft. Please answer the question. Can you name the 2 offenses? Did you just say 2? Nick, think. What other petty offense could it be? I don't know. I'm clueless about this case. We weren't told anything about it at all. There's so many sound effects going on. A little jarring coming from Layton, but that's fine. My. Could it be that our esteemed visitor left his common sense back at home? It's very normal for Phoenix, right? I guess so. Yeah, it's... okay. All the evidence in the is in the court record. You haven't forgotten that, have you? Oh, that's it, the court record. Right, that's what you always refer to, the court record. Okay. Yeah, I'm starting to notice that, and... let's just proceed before I make a premature judgment on this. Theft and assault. No, they inflicted light injuries. Okay. Yeah, it just slipped my mind. It must be the nerves. Okay, let's check it now. Touched court record. The court record holds all the evidence from the case. I better take a look at it. Right, defense. You had enough time to ponder my question. What is Ms. Cantelov accused of? Theft and assault. Well, according to the case outline, it was theft and assault. Indeed. What disgusting crimes. Is that correct, defendant? Yes. No kidding. She doesn't look like a violent girl, at least not to me. Now that that's settled, Prosecutor Flinch, please briefly outline the case for the court. Yes, Your Honor. The incident took place on a small freighter moored at the harbor on the River Thames. The freighter was carrying goods away from London. The defendant illegally boarded the ship and tried to steal some of its cargo. But she was discovered by a crew member that captured by the ship's security guard. So she was caught red-handed. And she violently resisted when found by the crew member? Violently resisted? Indeed, she picked up a steel pipe and hit the crew member on the head. Sounds pretty vicious. So that's the assault she's accused of. And what did the defendant attempt to steal from the freighter? A stuffed toy, Your Honor. It's the Metropolitan Police mascot, PC Badger. Oh, Nick, I want one! I see that mascot made a career for itself in England. Who would have thought? I think we all have a clear picture of the incident now. The prosecution might begin. Minor crimes compared to what Phoenix usually deals with. The prosecution calls it its first witness. Please bring him in. There's something fishy about this trial. And there's something even fishier about my client. There isn't an ounce of expression on her face. I better keep my eyes wide open.
Witness, state your name and profession.
A ship is always at risk at every hour, minute and second. That's where I come in. I am a peacekeeper, the one and only guardian to an otherwise defenseless ship.
Dude Nukem as a cop. I feel like this gentleman is not as buff as Mr. Nukem.
The name Smiles. Johnny Smiles. Security Guard Supreme.
Johnny Smiles. Yes, according to the police report, the witness was patrolling the freighter on the night of the crime. Yeah, I was patrolling the freighter, and my expertly trained eyes leave nothing unseen. I'll go blind if he keeps smiling like that. Very well, Mr. Smiles. We would like to hear your testimony. Describe what happened during your night patrol. Phoenix Wright is a drama comedy series, so you're gonna get a lot of goofy idiots like Mr. Smiles here. Oh, Panda in Christ. Okay. I do appreciate the heads up. Yes, sir. Johnny Smiles will reveal it all. Patrolling on the night of the crime. That night, I went on patrol as usual. Okay. My keen ears latched onto some suspicious noises coming from the cargo hold. I sprinted at full speed to the cargo hold, but I was too late to stop the blow. The next moment, I captured the criminal expertly. Within seconds, I had established there was nothing out of order at the crime scene. And so, the woman you arrested was... It was the defendant, Spella Cantavella, sir. And as per standard patrolling procedure, our lights were on and you saw her clearly. Is that correct, Mr. Smiles? Yes, sir. I'm an expert after all. Huh? Is it just me, or did he hesitate before saying that? The defense might cross-examine the witness. Yes, sir. I'm starting to talk like that guy. Let us see now how skilled our visiting barrister is. Yes. By the way, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? Our cross-examination procedure should be the same as anywhere else. But just in case, would you like to have it explained to you? The cross-exam is... I mean... Sure. Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt to refresh my memory. Nick, what are you thinking? The persecutors are really patronizing us. Just imagine what he'll be like if you ask. But it's my first time in a British court. I'm kind of nervous. And my mind is just completely blank. Nick. Anyway, what you do is listen to the guard's testimony really carefully. Then, if something suspicious, you press the witness and see what happens. Press, it does sound like just like what I've always been doing. Got it, Maya. I'll do my best. Press the witness? The defense might now cross-examine the witness. Hey, Friesen. Cerebral. Welcome to the stream, my friend. That night, I went on patrol as usual. What happens if this is... Basically, you can ask more deeply into all his statements. Once you find something that goes against the court record, you can check by presenting. Okay.
Hold it!
What's CCZO? Oh, that's right. It's not something you'd know, not being a security professional. That's our special jargon. It's how we talk about the time in our trade. Let me get this straight, Mr. Professional. You're using letters to tell the time? See, CCCO stands for 10:20 p.m. Huh. Right, so 10:20 p.m.? That's very accurate. How can you be so sure about the time? Well, that's when the TV show I always watch is in the security room ends. TV show? I meant to do the rounds at 10, but for a pro like me, it's just a guideline. That doesn't sound very professional. Anyway, I was patrolling the ship like I do every night. Your Honor, may I? What is it, Prosecutor Flinch? I would like to get the event straight while referring to this crime scene photo. The defendant and the crew member were fighting in the back of the cargo hold, is that correct? Yes, sir. They were fighting right under that emergency light. Some items are spilling out of the broken crate. Indeed, that crate was broken by the defendant with a steel pipe. Incidentally, the items we can see spilling out are stuffed toys depicting London's own police mascot PC Badger. I see. The crime scene photo shall be added to the court record. Okay. The witness might continue his testimony. My keen ears latched on to some suspicious noises coming from the cargo hold. I sprinted at full speed to the cargo hold, but I was too late to stop the blow. The next moment, I captured the criminal expertly. Within seconds, I had established there was nothing out of order in the crime scene. Wait. Why does he say there was nothing out of order in the scene of the crime when there's literally we have a photo that has a pipe in the floor and a broken crate of plushies? Okay. Yeah, I don't think... I see things quite out of the ordinary in this photo, Mr. Smiles.
Objection!
You're saying that there was nothing out of the order in the cargo hold. Well, that's a bit funny. Should have I pointed when he said objection? Is that the thing you do when you say the line? Just objection? The point is, one of the crates in the cargo hold appears to have been tampered with.
Objection!
Ah, that. The defendant must have smashed it with a pipe, nothing too odd about it. Please take a look at the crime scene photo. Serval, I could always point. I just never felt like doing it, but it felt appropriate for this game, I guess. There's a bit. There's this broken crate where the fight took place, but also. Pointing at you. Okay. Well, in that case, everyone will have to, well, point at you. There's another crate here that seems kind of strange, don't you think? This crate, sitting quite a distance away from where the fight took place, appears to have been forced open. Isn't this the sort of thing a security guard should immediately notice? You testified that you established there was nothing out of order in the crime scene. So how come? I guess this was the perfect moment for it. How come you didn't notice something so obvious? Order! Order! Order? I didn't know this was a food court. That's certainly a serious oversight. Particularly for someone claiming to be an expert.
Objection!
Whether the witness is an expert or not bears no relevance to this case. What matters is that he saw the defendant hit the victim with a steel pipe.
Hold it!
I want the big whopper, Mr. Judge. Excuse me? I am an expert guard, focused, thorough, precise, a true professional. Chad, can you bend your fingertip back that far? I don't think I can do that, unfortunately. I guess I'll have to practice my pointing. My pointing is more Layton and less Phoenix Wright. And honestly, I'm comfortable with that. To prove it, I will testify once more. You're all dying to know why I ignored that one crate, huh? What? Very well. The witness shall continue his testimony. What excuse do you think he'll come up with, Nick? Who knows? I got a bad feeling about this, though. What did he actually see? Witness testimony. PRV gonna eat? Okay, Servo. It's only natural that I missed the other crate. The lights in the cargo hold weren't on. You said the lights were on, though. Okay. But of course, I had this. A guy's best friend is his trusty pocket torch. The emergency light was on mine, so it wasn't so dark I couldn't see. I saw the girl standing right in front of the crew member as she attacked us. Okay. Do we have anything here? Light injury, laceration to the back of the head, hit with a long blunt object. Can I present that as evidence? It's not letting me present here. Like the button is not there. So I guess I just continue. What he said doesn't. Okay. There was no one else in that room. You have Johnny's word for it. Wait a moment. The security company claims that the lights were on during the patrol. Yes, that's the official procedure, you see. But those light controls can be such a pain in the... Wait, no, that's not it. I mean... The truth is, an expert like me doesn't need those lights to do his work. Not when I got this. The focus beam of my trusty torch cuts through the darkness like a laser. The witness will refrain from pointing the torch in this direction. Justice may be blind, but I'd rather not be. Oh, sorry, Your Honor. That's stupid. This trusty torch shall be added to the court record as evidence. Oh, what is that? What is it, Your Honor? This pocket torch is covered in something sticky. It seems my sweet little buddy is being up to some mischief. Sweet little buddy, you mean your chocolate? Johnny left sticky fingerprints all over his flashlight. Ugh, don't look at me, I'm not touching it. The defense might cross-examine the witness. Okay. Okay, here. Yeah, right here, when he says he saw the attack.
Objection!
You're sure the defendant was standing right in front of the crew member? Absolutely, they were facing each other the entire time. Well, that's weird because it clearly contradicts this evidence. But what do you mean? According to the victim's medical report, the blow was dealt to the back of the head. The back of the head? Do you understand now? If they were facing each other, there's no way the victim could have been hit from behind. Yeah. Yes, sir! Witness, can you offer an explanation for this contradiction? Yes, explain, sir. It's the first time I'm hearing of this. Yes, sir. It's strange, isn't it? I'm totally sure they were fighting face to face. That is the most nervous I've seen someone eating a chocolate bar. I'd swear there's melting chocolate bar on it. It doesn't look like he's lying, but then... Hey Nick, look at me! Oh... What? What are you doing, Maya? I was just checking if I could hit you in the back of your head while you were facing me. It doesn't seem doable, especially for someone as vertically challenged as me. How about you keep your dangerous little experiments inside of that head of yours, Maya? I kinda like living, thanks. At least we've learned a couple of important things. First, that this witness is unreliable, and second, that the prosecution didn't investigate this case properly. If my gut feeling is... my gut feeling is right. There's much more to this case than meets the eye. Now, my chance. What should I do? Honestly, not guilty. Your Honor, the defense asserts once more. The defendant, Estela Campbell, is innocent. This foolishness. Just who do you think you are, anyway? Waltzing in here with your ridiculous assumptions? Balderdash, I say, that's not how it was supposed to be. What did he just say? Not how it was supposed to be? In light of a new development, the court's opinion is that the defendant is in no way cleared of the suspicion. However, the witness testimony has been proven unreliable. That's more like it. Looks like I'm starting to win over the judge.
Objection!
Don't forget that the defendant admits all charges. Surely her guilt is beyond doubt.
Objection!
The defendant is just a schoolgirl. You can go on her confession alone. So far we have established only one thing. That Mr. Smiles is neither an expert nor even a reliable witness.
Hold it!
In my long 6-month career as a security guard, never have my professionalism and expertise have been questioned. Isn't 6 months barely past the probation period? Yes, Maya, that is the joke. You're saying Goldilocks there is innocent. In other words, that she didn't assault anyone. And that she didn't steal this toy. Isn't that so, Mr. Lawyer? Yes, at least. We have yet to see any proof that she tried to steal it. I got you there. What? You got me how? I have a decisive piece of evidence. The proof that that girl was trying to kidnap PC Voucher. What? You do? Even Flint is shocked. When I seized the girl at the crime scene, she was clasping this in her hand. She didn't even seem to notice. And what would that be? It would appear to be PC Butcher's tag, Your Honor. Now that you mentioned it, this mascot does have some sort of an ill-fitting tag attached. What's this engraved on the tag? Is that an address? Oh, you mean there's an address written on there? It would appear to be Scotland Yard's and their telephone number. It is Scotland Yard's mascot after all. This tag, it's been ripped from one of the PC Butcher toys? Yes, sir. The suspect was caught in the act of nicking this very toy. The tag was ripped off during the fight. What? Then this tag is... What we have here is decisive evidence that she was trying to steal the cargo. No way. I wasn't expecting evidence like that.
Objection!
Witness, I was never informed of such evidence. If you had this on your possession, why didn't you hand it to the police? Sorry, Mr. Prosecutor. I am an expert on what I do, and my expert advice to myself was that I better keep this as my secret weapon. That is dumb as hell, I'm sorry. So I waited for the right moment to single-handedly settle this trial. Looks like Flinch and I are both in uncharted waters now. This tag is vital evidence. It will be added to the court record. Defense? Mr. Wright, was it? Yes, Prosecutor Flinch? Your appearance in this court was a very hastily decided affair. That's true. That call from the Attorneys Association came out of nowhere. Perhaps in all this confusion, the request for your client escaped your attention. Were you not instructed to accept the sentence proposed by the prosecution? Come to think of it, Miss Dorkla did say something about that before the trial. She's pleading guilty, so there's not much you need to do. I suggest you accept the punishment proposed by the prosecution. That's what you were asked to do. You have convinced assault of your skills, so your good name will not suffer. Why not simply admit that the defendant is guilty and call it a day, What do you say to that, Mr. Wright? Depending on your stance on this matter, the court may now pass the verdict. My stance? My stance? That's something I don't need to think twice about. Continue trial. Definitely. There's more to this than it seems. The defense requests that the trial continue. What? The defense stands by its assertion that Espella Cantavella is not guilty. Very well, Mr. Wright. If that's your desire, then I too have a request to make. Your Honor. Yes, Prosecutor Flinch? The prosecution calls it its second witness. Wait a second, what about me? Come on guys, don't forget about Johnny! Let me start over from the top, no detail omitted. I suggest you leave the witness stand and go back to witnessing your crimes on television. Yes. Yes, sir. I believe that break is in order. The court will now adjourn for a 15-minute break. Mr. Flinch, prepare your witness. Is that understood? Yes, Your Honor. The defendant has no objections. Looks like Flinch finally got serious about this case. And that means the real game starts now. Okay. So a whole chapter with Phoenix and a whole chapter with Layton. Yes. Okay, the pixel characters in the save file change depending what part of the game you're at. Okay. Okay. I am content with calling it a day right now. Since we've had a little bit of both protagonists here. I'll say I'm obviously biased because I'm a Professor Layton fan. I do not super vibe with the humor of the Phoenix part, honestly. But I do like the gameplay style of analyzing sentences and evidence, and all of that I find very interesting. Just the humor and type of like character interactions that we're dealing with this part is what I'm not 100% sold on as of now. You will see that changes in next episodes of Icon as we continue playing, and I'm very interested to see how the Layton characters are going to interact with the Phoenix Wright characters. Hey, hello. Glad to have you on the stream, my friend. It's different, and I have a friend who feels similar to the point where they hate Phoenix Wright because of this game. I wouldn't say I hate it. It's just they are two completely separate feels, I'll say, and matching them. I feel like I really want to get to the part where their paths cross, because right now it does feel like I'm playing two separate games, and that it's a tonal whiplash. Exactly, I couldn't have said it better myself. It's absolute tonal whiplash. So from the get-go now, I don't know if the series even should have been crossed over, because they're so different. Of course, this is just me tipping my toes in the Phoenix Wright series for the first time, but first impressions are decent, to be generous. I really like the gameplay. I just do not enjoy, like I said, the type of humor and the character interactions. They were described as too anime by YouTube, and I couldn't agree more. It definitely is a completely different flavor. I can see easily why, from my perspective, people wanted this crossover. I guess they are two mystery-solving series that were in the same console. I guess it does make sense. Tonally, as a first, I just tonally right now it's just very jarring, very, very jarring. And I guess we'll see if that proceeds through the rest of the game. It's definitely will be something that I'll keep a close eye on. And again, I truly hope that things get a little bit better. A little bit better once we get Layton and Phoenix on the same screen. I truly hope that as we go along, the only thing jarring is just the clashing art styles, which I'll say, it's still pretty jarring. I definitely... Tia, you mentioned Marvel vs. Capcom 3 before. That is a game that has characters from completely different series, and they all get unified in one single art style. If you're not gonna use one or the other, I would just rather you just make a completely different art style in which both series can fit on, instead of just shoehorning both art styles at the same time. Because it just doesn't look good. It truly does not look good. It looks like a mod for a different game. As an introduction to one or the other, it's rough. Honestly, I can see that. I guess we'll see how it goes. Because the tone is jarring and the art styles are clashing, so I don't know how. I truly don't know how this is gonna go. First impressions are overall positive, but I do have my concerns. That's what I'm saying, basically. But yeah, again, it's gonna be something that we're gonna have to see how it evolves from here. Either way, thank you everybody for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the stream. I want to balance things out in a way where we get a little bit of Layton and a little bit of Phoenix Wright on each stream, if possible. I don't know how the game is going to be structured, but that would be the ideal case. So we don't have too much Phoenix or too much Layton. Although, honestly, considering my first impressions, I wouldn't mind more Layton than Phoenix, to be 100% honest. But that's just my bias speaking on my first impressions. Just clouding my judgment, I guess. But anyway, thank you to the patrons for their monthly support, of course. And thank you everyone in chat for watching and starting this adventure with me. It's been a pleasure to stream for all of you. I hope all of you have a fantastic rest of your week. And I hope to see you in the next one, of course. When we continue with Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. Take care, everybody. And I'll see you, Space Cowboy. Bang.
I was cooling in the motel for a minute. Loved ones that I won't tell how I'm living. Now I'm in the woods, trailer park, staying hidden. In the rap game, slashing through a million minions. IRL is lame cause I'm broke in Virginia. Surrounded by the slimy cold-blooded, they amphibians. I ain't dark as I was, hit the amphibian. Pulled a beam katana out, then the slaughterhouse. I was hired cause you talking loud, starting drumming out. I got fired cause I understood what they talking about. So I fight them cause I understand all they trauma now. In the woods, smoking on some woods, game me feeling good, but it's great. Can't escape my fate, would it if I could. Awesome LBs, for these LBs I had to hustle. Desperately trying to find paradise through this desperate struggle. Want to kill and be killed, it's the way that I'm living. Throw my life away, but I had to hide my feelings. Trying to stack LBs straight to the ceiling.